Hello and welcome to FountainFX on Thursday the 23rd of October 2014. We are taking a quick look at the US dollar Swiss franc, just a simple analysis just to share some technical trading skills and things that you need to be looking for. On the daily chart at the moment we can see that price has been rising in an uptrend since the lows of April of this year. Price has been literally pushing up from there. It started to gain in momentum back in mid-September and pushed all the way up to its high at the end of September, and then since then for the last 2 to 3 weeks it's been in this downtrend. It's been pushing down, it's broken new lows, and you can see there's been some significant momentum down. Certainly this last candlestick came off news in terms of bad US dollar news, and therefore we saw the US dollar fall quite heavily against the Swiss franc. And since then it's taken roughly a week for price to recover and get back up to this level. So there's the potential, because price fell heavily at this point, that there could be a significant amount of sell orders at this point. So there could be some supply order flow in at this level. So if you can see, I've actually got a trade in here, a sell trade. I've got my stop above the previous high, and if we go down into a lower time frame we can get a clearer indication of what's happening. The one thing to note is on the MACD in this daily chart is it is showing that the actual MACD is starting to increase. So histogram is pushing up, which gives us an indication that price is starting, or the momentum is starting to push upwards, which you can see there. Momentum is pushing upwards from this low here, and that's really just in correlation with the MACD, which is what we would expect to see. Now the thing is, we need to now go down into a lower time frame chart just to take a closer look at the possibility of price turning and continuing to fall. So when we now come down into the 4-hour chart, we can see that at this level here, with this order flow, this was the origin of the collapse, and price fell all the way down to this low. Since then we can see that there's been an area of support occur down here, and then price has now rallied all the way back up to this origin of this fall. Now we don't have news on our side, etc. However, there could be the potential that the US dollar is still seen to be weak, and therefore this is a great place at which to be selling, because we can see from previous activity price rallied into this area, consolidated a bit, and then collapsed from it and pushed all the way down. One thing, as you can see, my orders in there, it has been triggered, pretty much flat at the moment in terms of where price is, but we can actually see that there's been a little double top formation occur at this level. So it shows that price is struggling to get above there, but I've also looked at the fact that where price was, and also previous high to that, I've placed my stop well above the previous high to allow for any sort of variation in price pushing into it before it then starts to turn and fall. Obviously if it breaks above this level and pushes higher all the way up to this previous high here, then I'm going to be out at this point. So I've allowed myself this level of risk, and that's therefore caused me to apportion my trade size accordingly. So based on this, my risk, my entry is at 0.9540. My stop loss is at 0.96. There's a 60 pip risk, and I'll be looking to take profit off down here at this area of support at the bottom, which is 0.94. So that's going to be a 140 point gain. So I am looking at a 60 point risk for a 140 point gain in this trade, and we shall see how it works. But if we go looking at this point, we can see that actually the MACD is starting to decline, so that's positive. If we look here, we've got a high and a double top, so we've got a high and another high, and price is level, but actually we're getting a divergence here because the MACD is pushing down. So that gives us a bit of confidence to stick with this trade, even though price is sitting there at the moment. I mean, obviously my trade was triggered, price went in my favor, it was very good, and then price has just turned and come back up. So we need to see how this is going to perform. If we go down into a 1 minute chart, Challenge with this is we can see that there was a nice selling pressure here with a long wick prior to that, but now we're getting buying pressure and dojis form here at this moment. Now it is in the evening, so therefore there's not a lot of trading happening at the moment. This was the start of the day this morning, push price down. It did fall, let's see, roughly 40 pips, 40 points, but not a huge change at that point. So this is really just how a trade setup works. You can start to look for these opportunities. What I would say is look on the 4-hour chart and look for key areas where price has moved with momentum in the direction of the trend, and then use that as the next time that price comes into that level to then take a trade in the direction of the trend and in the direction of the momentum. So in this instance the momentum was down, so we're taking a sell order based on that. And that's it from FountainFX. Happy trading. We will catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.